The river story is developing in quick succession. Let's bring in Senior Special Assistant on Public Communications and New Media to the Minister of the F.C.T, Lere Olayinka, who joins me live from our studio in Abuja. Mr. Olayinka, thanks for joining us again. Your principal has been in the news for different reasons lately. I had a guest on the show yesterday who marveled at how he's able to do his work as minister with his involvement in the rivers matter. There's also his interest in the PDP and its leadership tussle. How does he really juggle all this together?
Well, good evening, Ifemi. Thanks for having me. You are dealing with somebody with enormous energy, and that is the person of the F.C.T minister. Is on Wike. Even me, I ask him most of the times that where do you get this energy from? He has that energy, and there's no two ways about it. He can multitask. He can do, and you can see that his involvement in politics here and there has not in any way his activities, his performance as a minister of F.C.T has not been affected. So there's nothing to be worried about. He's a politician, and it is for politicians to also be involved in politics in the state, at national level, and everywhere. And that is what he's doing. The moment you are a politician and nobody is talking about you, it is as good as you are no longer relevant.
But that is one way to look at it, Mr. Olayinka. The other side of the coin is perhaps he would even perform better as F.C.T minister if he isn't distracted by these other engagements. After all, it's not as if all the problems of people in F.C.T have been solved.
He's not distracted. And let me also tell you this one. There is no human being that can solve all problems. The minister cannot solve all problems in the F.C.T. But there is no argument as to whether or not he is delivering. You go on the street of F.C.T, ask the people in F.C.T, ask cab drivers, ask people walking on the street. They will tell you that Wike is working. So that is what is important. Every other thing that he is doing is immaterial. Whatever I'm doing, the moment I'm able to perform my duty, there should not be any question as to what I should do or what. There's nothing that he should do that he has capacity, that there is fund for him to do, that he has not done.
You and Honorable Ugochinyere, there's been this back and forth between both of you on the print as regards his press release yesterday. I don't want this conversation to be about this person. I just want us to talk about some issues he has raised, because he's actually not here to give a right of reply. But his allegation, Mr. Olayinka, is that Rivers Assembly members loyal to the minister are planning to amend the law to reinstate council chairpersons removed before the October polls. How do you react to this? What's the minister's position in this regard?
Well, let me first correct this impression. You cannot remove personality from message. You cannot remove the person giving you a message from the message. And that is the fact of this matter. Honorable Ugochinyere has come out, he comes out every time to claim, and this is what I want to start like this, to claim that he is spokesperson of opposition in the National Assembly. I asked him in my press statement yesterday, Nigerians should begin to ask him, journalists should also ask him, who are the members of this opposition in the National Assembly? Because there are two bodies in the National Assembly, the majority, the minority. So where does this opposition belong? Who are these members? And we cannot begin to also run democracy like this, where people will come out and be impersonating. Because what he is doing is actually impersonating. And in Senate claims, somebody like that should have been questioned by the security agencies and be asked, where is this your opposition that you are leading? That is one. Number two, Ugochinyere is from Imo State. He represents a federal constituency in Imo State. The people of that constituency are there suffering. People are dying there. People are hungry there. What has he done for them? The money that he spends every day on TV, on live TV, he can 5 million we do a lot of things for people in his constituency. He's not bothered about his constituency.
I hear you, Mr. Olayinka, and many of these things you are stating.
I'm going to
just allow me to butt in. Allow me to butt in for a minute, because many of the things you are saying, Mr. Olayinka, are clearly stated. I have read your position on these on, I think, the Punch or one of the national dailies. I'd like us to advance beyond that for, the purpose of our viewers and many of the issues that we are following. The question I ask you precisely is whether or not the plan on the side of the minister is to return these local government chairmen that were removed, following that initial election.
The minister is on Wike does not need to plan. You see, one of the problems people like Ugoshire have is this penchant for looking for money everywhere from people, and he has to protect it. He was the one who provided the platform of his party, Action People's Party, for Rivers State for the local government election. Those who were sacked by the Supreme Court became chairman under his party. So he has to protect that. But what does the law say? The law is very clear. From the Supreme Court judgment, Supreme Court said that the National Assembly, since the National Assembly has power to extend the tenure of the president and governors in the event of inability to hold the election, the State House of Assembly also have power to extend the tenure of local government officials, elected officials now, in the event of inability to hold election. So, okay, what is the situation in Rivers State today? Rivers State has not been able to hold election. And by the Supreme Court judgment, non-elected people cannot govern local government. That is what the law says.
All right.
The governor has come out to say that, civil servant should be the one governing local government. That is unlawful. That is illegal.
But he has also fixed a date for another election for August. But let us take a short break, Mr. Olayinka, and then we'll be right back for more on this conversation. Stay with us, everyone.